From the deep, dark reaches of Star Trek Online comes Nikodas, Tabbytha, and Grebog with another episode of Fleet Action Report.
Hello and welcome to Fleet Action Report, the show where we don't just play the game, but we scratchily tell you how to play the game.
Warning, the following crew are operating under questionable amounts of caffeine and judgment. Nikodas fielding a pea shooter tonight of an escort, Grebog rolling a soccer minivan cruiser, and Tabbytha over here hoping my high school space science kit can get us out of whatever mess you two get us into. Looks like we're bringing these museum pieces out of retirement for a spin.
This is episode 190. T5 ships are still amazing. You can support us at coffee.com, ko-fi.com/jerrybog, and you can also support us, by following us here and stuff and things. So, yeah.
Sub. Like, follow, and sub.
Click all the things. Don't ask questions when it wants money.
We're going to start off with a bit of a solemn moment here. We had a death in the Star Trek family. This one is a little bit different. Listen to me be all squeaky here. This is a little bit different from what we've done before. We lost Mark Dodson, and Mark Dodson has never played a character on screen in Trek, but he has lent his voice to the game of STO itself. He was born February 1st, 1960, and unfortunately he died just a few days ago on March 2nd. In Star Trek Online, he gave his voice to that of the Mirror Inquisitor, so the mirror version of your character on the male side. And he also gave his voice to the recreation of Abe Lincoln on Excalibur. So if we can have a moment of silence for Mark Dodson. Thank you for that. And now I'll pass the reins over to Grebog. How has your week been?
My week's been busy, normal busy. I got some time to work on some maps. Did some maps for a D&D game that's coming up. I have an administrative level for a criminal organization that some group may be delving into. I even started working on the I guess boss layer, and planning out some of the encounter there. That's been fun. And my WoW raid team, we are still raiding, still clearing heroic weekly. We've been also doing achievements with our extra time in normal mode, so that way we can try to get all that taken care of. Because there's I think a mount. There are 2 pets for doing some of the achievements. Like there's 1 pet from doing the council achievement, and there's another pet. But anyway, let's see. Playing a fair amount of STO, was working on getting this ship set up, and doing stuff and things. It's been fun. I've been doing a lot. Nikodas, you've briefly told us how you've been, and but yeah, go in more detail.
So for about the past 3 weeks, I've been fighting illness. I got the flu, and then it turned into pneumonia, and it's been an ongoing mess. Hence the reason my voice is still gone. Mostly, I feel better. I'm not on my nebulizer all the time anymore. I have moved past that. But I cannot get my voice to come back. The only thing the doctors have told me is the voice is just an indication of how sick I really was. Outside of that, I mean, my game time has been very, very limited. It's been difficult to even sit up at my desk, so I have not done a lot with anything. I was able to get a ship put together for tonight, but outside of that, I even missed a lot of the dailies. I almost didn't complete the last event because of how many days I just couldn't do the daily. but I did manage to get it done there towards the end. So yay, I didn't miss anything except points on the year-long event. So there is that. I did pick up, and I've been playing Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because I can do that from my couch. So I put a lot of time in on that game. It is an open world Final Fantasy game, which throws me sometimes. But the story has been pretty compelling. I still have a lot of questions. So I hope I get answers. But yeah, that's pretty much been it. Tabby, I'm going to hand you the reins.
Why, thank you. Yeah, I am pretty exhausted. I actually didn't do uh, my stream before this, my before show stream like I usually do, just because I needed to save my energy for the show. Because like Thursdays are usually my busy at work days, but today was a specialty show with like just like back to back to back to back meetings all day long, and then I got an early morning tomorrow. So that was that. But otherwise, I've been playing tons of STO, having fun with this T5 ship. Like before this, I'd always just skipped past the T5 ships, just completely ignored them. But so this is like the first time since I've really started playing the game that I sat with a T5 ship for any length of time, and it has been incredibly fun. So I've learned a lot this past week putting this together. Other than that, I've been leveling my paladin in World of Warcraft, getting my prop pally leveled, and leveling a prop pally in Dragonflight is pretty fun. So I've been having a blast doing that.
Captain American those shields.
What's that?
I said Captain Americaning those shields.
Yup, Avengers Shield. But that does it for me. Let's get on with it.
All right, so this week in STO, the red alarm started today, or read alert if you want to call it that. Started today. It goes for 1 week to March 14th. To get the reward, they're requiring 5 days of progress. This is the typical red alert. So there's 5 of them you can choose from: Borg, Tholian, Alachi, Nakul, and Zenkethi. The Zenkethi still has their fail criteria.
It'll be taken out eventually.
So they say. The reward for getting your 5 days is an ultimate tech upgrade and 1 specialization point. Tabby, I got you down for the next one.
Double XP week starting today through March 14th, so that's 7 days. 100% bonus for all content that awards skill points and expertise. So this is a great time to level up those alts. Also a great time for to get your Klingon recruits or other recruits that need or that have specialization tasks. Get them out there, get them your specialization points, and get progress on those.
All right, and then I'm gonna drop a link into the show or into the chat here. I don't. You don't have to read it right now, but I definitely I can't talk. Definitely recommend going through and reading it at some point. For those that didn't know, or maybe those that did, the CEO of Cryptic, Phil Fraser, he reached out to the community on Reddit, which is what that is linked to, and basically, here's some of the TLDR of it all. Yes, things will be changing for Cryptic as they begin to work with Deca on SEO and Cryptic's other properties. No, there is no plan to sunset the game by Cryptic or Deca. And he actually expressed many times Deca is very excited to be working with Cryptic to continue their properties, and the goal at the start is to continue the content cadence and mix that. Yeah. that they have grown, that we've grown accustomed to. So basically, he was trying to say that we shouldn't see any at least immediately any deterrence from our content that we're getting now and again. So like they're still expecting we're going to get at least another mission here in the fall. I'll probably, and I think there was talk about a TFO. I don't know if we will get another TFO or not, but you know, they're saying that the content should still be coming as they had planned before. Um, and there is a plan for a 10 forward stream on the 19th that Phil Frazier is hoping to take part in, which they also mentioned in the 10 forward this last week. And it's basically he wants to. So for those that don't know, like everyone's been asking Kale and other people of the Cryptic devs, what's going on? Can we have more information? And so Phil coming out and talking to the people, to the player base, is kind of the response. And he still has them under. It sounds like Phil has said that, hey, you guys don't talk about it. I'm the one that will be talking about it. I'll let them know what we can let them know, and you guys don't worry about that stuff. That is kind of the way everything seems to be going, because like people asked in this last 10 forward with Kale, and he's like, I've been still told I can't talk about it. So yeah. And as always, is this the time for the doom and gloom? I personally still do not think so. I still think we have a minimum of 3 to 5 years, potentially way longer, but to me, we need 3 to 5 years to roll by before we can determine how the game is doing to see how much further, you know. And I know at one time Kale said like 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. I would love to see that. I think that's very optimistic. I don't know if that will get there. I would love, like I said, I'd love to see it. But we just need more time to pass to see how things go. Deca, like I said, Deca seems very excited to be working with the Cryptic, so it'll be interesting to see the changes. We probably won't see. Yes, we did see some like the annual event reward change. That was a big that was probably a little bit Deca involved, though. As people are like getting, oh, they're just giving us everything now. Except you missed part of the point of that. They also, by giving us this more rewards, they're requiring us to do more content. We're required to play more to get those rewards, which in the end is helping the game with the metrics of players playing the game. You have to play more to get more. So
Yeah, I just looked that up, actually. You mentioned that earlier, but I just looked up the eligible events list, and there is 6 here.
yeah.
Which is interesting. Kind of makes me wonder what they're going to throw in there.
Well, and also, it's 4,200. If you look campaign progress, you have to go to 4,200. I'm positive it was only 3,000 or so or something like that last year.
I think it was 3,500, if memory serves, or 3,400 maybe.
But even still, they're requiring us to play more to get more. So
that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, the way they've kept the events back to back, I mean, it makes sense. It's just another reason for you to log in and do your daily, which is fine. And speaking of playing the game, our primary target today is talking about T5s. Now, as you can see, each of us is flying an unusual ship for us. These are all T5 ships. We'll go through this a little bit, and then we'll go blow some stuff up for you guys. So the question came up, what prompted us to do this episode is a question came up on Facebook that said, is a T5 ship viable? And the first thing you have to explain is, what does that mean? So to be viable for most people, it means, can you use a tier 5 ship for endgame content. The question is that for the most part, yes, you can. You can do all the story content pretty easily. Advanced queues are doable, and again, we'll show that here in a minute. And then, is it competitive at the top levels of DPS? Maybe, with the right ship. But for the most part, if you are really wanting to count DPS numbers, you're gonna want to look at the tier 6 ships, and there's some reasons for that we'll get into here in a little bit. Who wants to take this next section?
Yeah, it's important to note that I started mine with the with STO with a build off of STO better, and their T5 long range science vessel retrofit, they were able to squeeze 200K out of it with an unupgraded free to play build. So viable? Oh yes.
Oh, and I guess
Okay.
Dwayne's correcting us on the Jared and executive producer of STO who decided the changing of the event rewards. So
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if 200K makes you competitive with top tier, because I think it's what 300K and up is what they usually want for like elites.
Yeah,
Well,
something like that. I mean, I don't know anymore. I've seen people say that they can do million DPS
okay,
builds these days. So I don't know what is considered what you have to have anymore.
those are
I've heard some
leaderboard
people.
runs. There's a difference between an elite DPS and a leaderboard run.
Well, I've seen
Yes.
people say that on, like, for the rando elite queues, that if you're pulling 100K DPS, that's good enough. And I've seen other people say no, you need at least 300K. So I don't know.
Well, the reason I wanted to specify people doing a million DPS, that being a leaderboard run, that is setting up 5 people. One being the DPSer that is pushing for the leaderboard run. The other 4 people are all there to help that one person hit the top.
Oh, I gotcha. So they're just all there to buff them.
Buff, control, whatever it is. They're there. It's specialized builds to help that one person push the numbers.
All right. Well, moving along with our little talk here, it says, what are the benefits of a T5 ship? So, yes, it's very easy to just say that T6 ships are better. However, for one thing, T5 ships tend to have a lower cost. Now, there's a question here, because if you're really wanting to put a T5 as high as you can go, then you got to buy the T5, which in the Zen store is 2,500, but then you also have to apply the T5U upgrade, which is 700 more. So the total price to get the T5 and then upgrade it is actually 3,200, which is higher than a tier 6 ship. However, they still give away T5 ship tokens throughout the year, usually a couple times throughout the year. So it's possible to get those T5 ships for free, and then
and
you just got to spend the 700 to upgrade them. Plus, some T5s are automatically upgraded to T5U, and you don't have to spend the money to get the token for it. So there's that too.
and also, as you're leveling, you are given a free T5 ship.
Now, I have a question about that. Is that
Yes.
only if you're a lifetime sub?
No. The ship that I'm sitting in right now, that this was a ship that I got for free before I got the lifetime sub. Everybody gets a T5 upgradable ship. Everybody has access to one.
Okay, and you get that at 61, right?
Yeah, I do believe it's 61.
Okay, so it's
Um,
61, and then it's the 3 choices for your faction. So for the Feds, it's the Defiant retrofit, the Galaxy retrofit, or the one you picked, the science retrofit,
Yeah,
right?
the long range science retrofit. Yes, that's correct.
And then for the Klingon, it would be 3 Klingon ships, and then for the Romulans, it's 3 or 4 warbirds.
Yeah,
Okay.
for the for the Romulans, I know one of them is the Arcif warbird carrier, and one of the ones for the Klingons, two of the ones for the Klingons is well, the Gorn science vessel, and I want to say the weird battle carrier.
Okay. Now, something I found out when I was researching for this, and I haven't checked, but supposedly, if you have a ship that has a fleet version and a non-fleet version of the same ship, upgrading one of those to the T5U will upgrade the other one.
Interesting.
Did not try that.
Now, it's important to note that the X, the T5Xs or T6Xs do not work that way. It is specific to the T5Us. And again, I have not tested that, but that is what it says on the wiki.
I might have to test that.
Yeah, I didn't get the right ship to test it, so.
I have a ship that can test it.
And then while you do that, so it's also important to note that for some T5 ships, if it has an appearance that you like, or if it's a type of ship that you want to fly, not all of them have Tier 6 versions. For example, the ship I'm flying, there is no Kazon Tier 6 ship. Also, the Dyson destroyers. A little bit ago, there was a Romulan Dyson destroyer that was parked here with us. Those ships do not have Tier 6 versions. And then the Tempest Patrol Escort still does not have a Tier 6 version that's the same. They did do a Patrol Escort for Tier 6, but it does not have the dual cannons on the rear. It doesn't have the tail gun that the Tempest Patrol Escort still has. So if that's a ship you like and you really like having that tail gun, you have to fly the Tier 5.
Did they not make one of these?
I don't know. So we're going to go blow some stuff up here as soon as Grebog gets back out here. I am flying a Tier 5 Kazon Heavy Raider, and I put a beam overload build on it. Tabby is flying the Tier 5 Long Range Science Vessel Retrofit, and she's doing a Science Space Magic build. And Grebog is in the Tier 5 Tactical Odyssey, and he's working on Fire at Will. So we've got 3 different builds here. We're not going to go through the builds. If you're interested, we may do that later, but that's not the focus for today. We just want to show that these ships can be viable. Let's go back with that word. I like the color of that Romulan that just showed up behind you, Tabby. Like white with gold. That's pretty cool.
Oh, that is very nice. I like it.
Okay, I've got it set
Happy
to
approved.
advanced.
Oh, one hour shade is on saying also of note Gem, probably Gem Hadar, maybe. Are there T5 Gem Hadar ships?
Yes, there are. Actually,
not a
if
lot.
you make, there's not a lot. But the bug ship, the original bug ship, is a Tier 5 ship, and that one
Oh,
can still
yes,
be
that's
found.
right. The one that they give you by default.
Yeah, and then if you make a Gem Hadar, you start with a Tier 5 ship.
I think you both just said the same thing in different
Yeah,
words.
probably. Forgive me. There are a lot of ships that a lot of the lockbox ships, the T5 lockbox or Lobby ships, I believe are upgradable to Tier 5U for free.
And they're cheap on the exchange.
Yeah, actually, that's the raider that I'm in. I bought off the exchange for 2 million. Now it was not upgradable for free. I still had to buy the token. And I did not push it all the way to the X2. I've just got it at the T5X because that's what I had tokens for.
Yeah, I did T5X on mine.
We'll go over some of that here in a minute. Or I guess we can do it now since I'm still waiting on Grebog. So upgrading to T5U, you gain a console slot, and this is typically in the lowest count. Like, for example, on my ship, it originally only had 2 engineering consoles. When I bumped it to the T5U, it gave the extra console. And when I put it to the T5X, I got the universal console. If I were to bump it to T5X2, I would get another universal console. So you get the extra console slot, and then you get the extra hull points, and you gain access to a mastery system. Most T5s do not have a mastery system. When you upgrade them to the T5U, they gain one. And then you can complete this like most masteries. Now, they only go up to 4. They do not have the 5th, but that's a tier 6 thing. That's where you get your trait usually. If you upgrade to the T5X, you get a universal console slot, an extra device slot, an extra trait slot, which is right here, and bonus hull points. And then you can actually double that if you go to tier 5X2, just like with a tier 6 ship. So you would end up with 2 universal console slots, 2 extra device spots, 2 extra trait slots, and then it doesn't double the amount of hit points you get, but you do get bonus hit points. Something to note, though, for the limitations of these ships, there are no specialty seating, so no pilot or command or anything like that. There's no traits, which we just went over. These ships will not give you a trait, but if you have traits unlocked, you can still use them. You just don't gain any off of these ships. Another thing that was mentioned on the wiki is that a lot of times you'll have fewer bridge officer seating. This ship does not. This ship has 5 bridge officer spots. So not all of them have that limitation, but some of them will only have 4 seats.
Yeah, this one has 5 seats and a lot of science. Now it has a lieutenant tactical and a lieutenant engineering, a commander science, lieutenant commander science, and an ensign science.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that was a freebie. I mean, like, your ship is a freebie. Mine I had to buy, which it's a
Yeah.
lockbox ship. So, now there are a few, as Grebog has mentioned, both in chat, in the game, and in our Discord, or not Discord, in the stream. It's worth noting that there are some tier 5 ships that cannot be upgraded. I know, like, all the Terran ships, all the Terran T5 ships are stuck. They cannot be upgraded to T5U. They cannot be upgraded to T5X. So, and those go for really, really dirt cheap on the exchange. So just keep that in mind. Like, if you were to get the mirror, and they're all called mirror, not Terran. They're the mirror ships, like the mirror assault cruiser. It's not going to be upgradable. So keep an eye on that if you were to get one of those ships. I don't know why that is, but
the URL, it'll help you figure that out. It'll tell you if it's free. One, it will tell you if it's not possible, like if it's not in the list, then they can't be upgraded at all. And at the bottom it has ineligible ships, and obviously non-tier 5 mirror universe ships purchased only with refined dilithium, and then ships purchased only with fleet credits, which Jem'Hadar Escort, Obelisk Carrier, and the Ranger Temporal Battle Cruiser.
You guys good? If we go run our gala real quick, and then we'll do the daily, and then we'll do a random advanced queue.
Sounds good.
All right, our gala, here we come.
Advanced, elite.
I've got it set to advanced.
Let me make sure mine is set to advanced. I don't know if it really affects things, but
I just want to make sure people are aware that there is a list that you can compare your ships to. And those that were watching my screen, yes, I picked up the Avenger Battlecruiser, did the T5U upgrade to it, and then when I picked up the Fleet T5 Avenger, it then had it as a free upgrade for me to take advantage of.
nice.
You just have to click the button.
You know, I actually really like this little raider.
You have entered an area. Like our fight got you are now my guest. Let's go
The more maneuverable ships that I've flown. It kind of reminds me of the D4X. Not as cool as the D4X.
Separate them and whittle down
Those
their
Tabby's
numbers.
just annihilating things for us.
Go quietly.
Pulling them all in. Oh, we got the DMA out here, I see.
Yup.
You will stand down and surrender to the Benton Guard.
Kaboom.
Sensors are picking up small habitations in some of the asteroids, possibly consistent with bolt holes, temporary hideouts. We do what we want, where we want.
Just how much these guys like to hear themselves talk.
Picked up a tight beam transmission on a new frequency. We're jamming that spectrum of their comms now, but it was probably a call for assistance.
I always forget how many ships we get when we come in here as a group.
I'm taking you with me.
Oh my goodness. I'm taking you with me. Where? You're dead.
He's gonna take us out to dinner, a movie.
That's got it. Excellent.
Wow.
Work. We'll send over
Yeah,
a
that was an
pacification
advanced
party.
queue
Take the suspect
with 3
into custody.
T5 ships.
I think we could have done an elite queue, but you know.
Thank you
Y'all
for
want
your
to try an
assistance,
elite?
and welcome to this sector.
Can.
We have the suspect in custody.
Let's rock the daily real quick. Knock that out.
All right,
Oh, I guess I should ask, do you guys need the daily?
Yes.
Okay, let's do a red alert, knock the daily out, and then we'll do an elite.
all right, which one are we gonna do?
Let's do Tholian. Especially since it popped as soon as I clicked it. Did you guys get the wee woo?
We
Woo
will.
woo.
Wait, it's gonna be on advanced, isn't it?
No.
No,
Can't
because
do
I
advanced.
yeah.
Event ones can't be advanced.
Makes sense.
So we'll blow this out of the water real quick. Well, we kind of went in the same direction.
Man, this thing almost
Someone get
leaves.
him a tissue?
Uh-oh, what?
Oh, they had the only insane stuff, and I said someone get him a tissue. Because it was just...
There we go. Both of the big guys are
Wow,
down.
they didn't last long.
Yeah, I figured we would annihilate it.
So Dwayne is saying the only T5 fleet ship is the Audi Star Cruiser.
Yeah, since I was looking for a tactical. They did... The Odysseys were later in the T5 timeline, so that they didn't get... I don't think they got the same love as some of the other ships.
All right, so you guys want to bump this up.
Let's
What
bump it up.
What patrol do you want to do? You want to do the one with Madron?
I was gonna say Trouble Over Tur or Ninth Rule, one of those two.
Trouble over Tur. Oh my goodness.
I don't know. The Alachi. I mean, this could be rough.
Yeah, let's do Ninth Rule.
Okay.
I don't want to
launching.
mess with Elite Alachi.
I'm actually a little nervous about this.
Hello,
Oh, Nigel.
Nigel? Yeah.
Reading a single Ferengi vessel, Marauder class. They've decloaked.
Yes, Jupiter Gauntlet is hard.
I thought I
Even
made my
enough of that
Here
ship
we
for
go.
salvage. I'll be under cloak.
I don't know how he convinced the Breen to join in, but he did.
Oh, Tabby, that was well placed. Well done.
Oh, man.
Hold here. I think anytime we go way too far first to the next spot is when it bugs out.
His ship is over here. His ship didn't vanish this time, so I think we're good.
Treacherous. This deal gets worse by the minute.
Because I think what happens is we end up destroying them as they spawn in, and they don't get to damage him. And when it goes to trigger over, he just disappears.
The nerd. Now,
All right, here we go.
I'll tell you where the Delta
I could be wrong in my guess, but that is the only logical thing I can come up with.
This is where things might get rough.
It's only Terrans.
True. But it's a lot of Terrans.
Where?
They're getting teared up.
We're tearing it up.
Ooh, that hurt.
Fly a more dense ship? I don't know.
That's what I get for flying a raider. I just got to remember to avoid the kabooms.
So we're on Elite, and nothing is living.
Yeah.
Which is why you can do probably elite content with T5 ships if you get them set up right.
And it's not like we pulled in extra help, like it's literally just the three of us. Just the three of us. Man, this would have been great if I actually needed the experience. like the mastery, this would have been terrific. We are just tearing the guys apart.
They're down to a few ships. Keep up the pressure.
That was excellent.
Well fought.
Really
That
well
was
done.
amazing, y'all.
They'll think twice. Modron's on his way to a Federation holding.
Wow. All right, so a random advanced.
Yeah, let's
Sure.
do a random advanced.
We will.
Wee-oo.
Well, that was fast. I want to point out. So
Imperial Terran forces
Oh.
are attempting to transform
Really?
Bravo into a telepathic weapon.
great.
We can't let that great.
This
Often
seems
does that
familiar.
happen? I guess we're doing ground.
Oh, I love it. Oh, this is amazing.
Oh, I haven't set this guy up with our new knowledge of ground as pets, which are better. Oh well, hi Jasper.
Oh,
How you
I need to
doing?
fix that. Jasper.
I think I got my some of my stuff all mixed up.
This is gonna be great.
Do I not have? I don't have that on this guy. Oh well.
There we go.
When
Had to
you
fix
start
my-
building more characters, you realize that you build some better than others, and sometimes you build a character, think it's a good, and then move to the next one. Then you learn more stuff, and
I can't believe we ended up with a ground map. That's so funny.
Okay, which way are we going?
If there's one that goes under the waterfall, I usually go that way first.
Yep, let's go that way.
well, I guess I'll go some other way.
Okay.
Well, you two are going one way. I'll go with
Yeah.
the shadow.
The shadow knows. Okay, so we do have two ways enemies are coming.
Terran reinforcements
You got
have
this way?
arrived.
I'll go get the other way.
Yeah, Nimue, not if you're doing randoms. If you're doing randoms, you gotta take what you get.
It's kind of like a why is my person? They ran by all the agonizers and did
Crystal is
nothing.
under
They're
attack.
just shooting
Defend it.
people.
I guess
Which
you're on
is
agonizer
great.
duty.
Great and all. It's just a little weird.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it.
I have a neutronic mortar. Interesting. Oh, we lost our crystal
Well,
in the
better
front.
than an Ultronic mortar.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
My group is just not doing so well, I guess. Though it
Yeah,
looks like Region 1's doing worse. Do you have 3 people on your side, or you just got the 2
We
of
have
you?
3 people.
Do we?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, I guess we do. Priscilla came over here.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it.
Well, if you get to the,
Has been purified. Advance to the next one.
because you guys look like you'll probably complete before we will.
Yeah.
When
then
you get a
we'll double
choice,
back.
when you go up the hill, instead of going right, go left. That is the, because we went right.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Gotcha.
under attack. Defend it.
Yeah, Priscilla probably just didn't want to be alone, and I can't blame her. Nobody wants to be alone.
Well, okay. Soloing one of these, if you don't have the right gear, it is hard. So I get it. And sometimes all you feel like you're doing, if you go by yourself and you don't have the gear, is just wasting time and dying a lot.
Terran reinforcements have arrived. The crystal has been purified.
Hey,
Advance
Tabby.
to the next one.
Yeah?
Enemies here only spawn in one direction. Do you think you and Priscilla can handle it?
Yeah.
I'll go get started on the third one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm a nice ground wizard build, so.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
Okay, which way, Gree?
When you go up the hill, head left, because we went right.
Gotcha.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it. Terran reinforcements have arrived.
All right, up the hill and to the left.
A placed crystal is under attack. Defend it.
Oh, we lost a crystal. Where is it? There it goes.
Terran reinforcements have arrived. The crystal has been purified. Advance to the next one.
Alright, my side's done.
I know, right, Nimue? It's like
Just a little.
Just a little bit familiar. It can't be the one we've been running for the past month.
I thought this event was over.
As I'm just like, I'm gonna start taking out the guys in the next part.
Terran reinforcements have arrived.
I mean, if you can, why not? Get a head start.
The crystal has been purified. Advance to the next one.
You know, I've heard that about the crit chance being busted and whatnot, but I'm using those buffs and I'm not noticing a huge difference in DPS. I mean, you just saw me run an elite in a tier 5 ship, so...
Oh my god, yeah, Daniels popped in and said, "Oh no, the timeline changed. You have to do it again." It's not just Procyon anymore.
Here, let's go down here and give them a surprise. When you guys beam in, you'll beam in right on top of some
Terran
mines.
reinforcements have arrived.
Surprise!
Kaboom.
Hey, Chewie. Level 10 Romulan, and it won't let you transwarp out to start the gas code.
Terran reinforcements have
I'd
arrived.
probably have to see your screen potentially, or like.
It won't let you. What do you mean it won't let you Romulans don't get the ability to transwarp until they pick a faction.
Yeah.
So you might have to use the leave system button in the upper left-hand corner of your mini-map.
Which is right now the same spot where the beam up is for me.
Looks like the Terrans are retreating. The crystal has
It should be right underneath your clock, the little transport. Well, maybe not. It won't be transport. It'll be the exit
Reading
system.
Terran transporter signals near the spire. Heads up.
All right, where is everyone going?
I've got my spot picked.
I guess I'll go up here. Yeah, I was leveling a Romulan character the other day, and I had forgotten they don't get transwarp until they pick their faction.
They don't get a lot of stuff until they pick factions. It's interesting what it is that you know. Though being
Let
level
us
10,
know
you
if
should be close to the choose your faction.
Oh, congratulations, Nim.
So you can turn into an alpaca now?
There are so many things that you could turn into.
I didn't actually know that was a thing. I don't play druids on WoW, though.
Well,
Not
that's
just
more
your thing. In Shadowlands, if you pick Night Fae, you had you can turn into different things.
Why is my
Get ready.
wide
Terrans are
beam
sending in their elite
looking
forces.
like a gas cloud now?
That's not an ordinary gas cloud.
Good news, everybody.
Did I accidentally switch weapons? It looks like I have. There we
rumors are
go.
True. An inferior
I fixed the
universe,
poison slime
ripe
pipes.
for conquest. Brilliant.
Looks like the Terrans have given up, at least for now. My team and I will continue
We'll
to
stop
observe.
them eventually.
If we detect any further hostile activity, we'll send word. Right now,
All right.
Pavo's safe, thanks to you. Well done.
Now,
As you can
maybe
see from
we'll
that
get
TFO, we can do T5 ships and advanced TFOs.
I'm almost afraid to hit Q again.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Picard never hit me.
let's do this.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Yeah,
In a
Cisco
world of
did.
Q hitting, be a Cisco, not a Picard.
I wish I could queue us for Crystal and Catastrophe. That could be fun.
I'm glad we have a bunch of nerds here that get my references.
We could do Eepiter.
We have to split up into 3 though, and I'm kind of squishy.
You think you're squishy?
I mean, I can try. Well, I know you're squishy.
Yeah, I just gotta blow them up before they blow me up. It's fine.
I mean, the best defense is a good offense.
I can just queue us and see what happens. Maybe we'll get extra people.
Well, this
Yeah,
time
just queue us.
Or I could do it as a private queue with just the 3 of us.
Just the 3 of us. Or we could see if anyone in chat wants to join. We might be able to fill out the team that way.
That's true. Anybody want to come run?
Are there any
Eepiter with us?
heroes in chat who would like to join our merry band of space adventurers? Not when I say it like that, they don't.
Got to give it a few because I know we got to let them catch up with our conversation. We need 2 people. Come help.
Help us, Obi-Wan. Help us, Obi-Wan Kenobis.
Nim, Dwayne, Nigel, Chewie. Anybody? Bueller.
I'd say just queue us, see what happens.
All right.
Yeah, just hit us with a random queue.
We've given them time. We woo.
Wow. Like as soon as I clicked it. Jeez. Alrighty then. Why is June still in the beta quadrant? What did you do?
Well,
I don't know.
When you leave red alerts, if you use the dialog box to leave instead of the leave map button, it puts you in sector space outside of Sol.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yes. So if you want to go back to whatever system you were in, hit the leave map button from the red alerts instead of using the dialog box of, hey, I want to go back to, because apparently you don't go back to wherever.
Chewie, can you be a little bit more specific? I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to figure out what's going on.
The Terrans will be here soon to steal
Okay. When you say it won't let you leave the sector, what exactly do you mean?
Engage. We've been working fine.
Oh, wow. Big Romulan ship.
Hey, we got Eepiter.
But up on the top, mini map where oh, it's covered on my screen. It's covered on all of our screens. Here, let me move my mini map a little bit. I'll put it here. In the mini map, if you look on Grebog's screen here, there is the little swirl for the system. That is your abort mission / leave system if you're in a system space. It won't let you you probably this one's probably grayed out, the transwarp button, but the one above it should be working. Okay, now to put this back.
Your data. Hand it over and nobody will get hurt.
That'll be the day. All ships, engage the Terran fleet.
This isn't over, Admiral. Believe that.
Enterprise, Defiant, take some ships and take her down. The rest of you, stay alert. This isn't
more ships through the rifts. Close them if you can.
I'm close to
Activate
Gamma,
the hollow
so
projectors.
I guess we got Alpha.
Get the job done.
I'm close to Beta.
Defend the hollow projectors as best you can. We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
Nobody's out in the middle. I'm gonna move.
apparently, Jaitlin is with me.
Those rifts aren't going to close themselves.
I cleared out Jupiter.
Hey, y'all, the rifts aren't going to close themselves.
There we go. Somebody
Level
finally
10
went
told
up.
me to get to get a new ship, so you did. And got the new mission. Oh, he is in sector space. Are you looking?
Need to get those rifts under control.
It sounds like maybe.
We've got hostiles on the station. They're breaching our systems.
Oh, your new Romulan. There should be a leave orbit or something like that.
So what is it doing if you push that spiral button on your mini map
Hostiles on the station.
that
They're
says
breaching
depart
our
system?
systems.
Do you just not go anywhere? The spiral button's grayed out.
Those rifts aren't going to close themselves.
Okay, then look at the lower right of your screen. There should be an interact button down there somewhere, like talk to traffic control or something like that. Should be down here under all your quest logs and stuff.
By default, yes.
You need to clear out the
It would
ships at
also
Jupiter
be
Station.
the interact window if you hit F12 to move stuff around.
Those rifts aren't going to close themselves.
Oh, oh, ow, 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 ow.
We've locked down the projectors. Now they're ours for good.
Okay.
You still here, Grandma? Ugh, I thought our Janeway was
I'd
annoying.
have to, like I said, I might need to see a screen to
Did
really
you like
help
the
him.
little back door I put in your station?
Enterprise is back near projector base.
Yeah. Sometimes have you tried logging out and back in? I know it seems silly,
Your attacks on the Enterprise. Take them
as I
out
was
first.
distracted and didn't hit my button quick enough. I could have
I almost
saved
had the same
myself.
problem. I am having the same problem.
You kids have fun now.
Winara Shade might have your solution of try logging out and back in. It may fix whatever's happening.
The Enterprise is going for projector Alpha.
There are interesting features with this game. If that doesn't help, then after we're done with the stream, if you want to get into Discord with me and share your screen, I might be able to help
Are you kidding me with this? My ships make me invincible. Give up already.
Oh, I forgot these guys. Okay.
Don't even try to catch me.
Sometimes the Terrans use, the ability that makes you hurt yourself.
Feedback pulse.
Yeah, that.
Stop hitting yourself.
Near projector gamma.
I'll hit myself if I want to hit myself.
Oh, so apparently it's not grayed out anymore. He just had to relog.
Take them out first.
Yeah,
Awesome. I'm glad it's working now.
Back in a bit. Don't go
that.
anywhere.
No,
okay?
you won't.
And
Go away.
and thank you, Wainara Shade. I hope I'm saying that right.
Enterprise is back. Near
I believe she
projector
got
base.
away a third time. That should not have happened.
I say it's not our fault. We're putting out plenty of damage.
It's my fault. I keep dying.
Rear shields failing. Left shields failing. Hull integrity below 75%.
Are you kidding me with this?
I
My
haven't died
ships
yet,
make
but
me invincible.
I've
Give
been
up
low a
already.
couple times.
Right shield failing.
You know what? I'm done here.
Now she's gone. There we go.
Well done. We sent the Terrans home with a message. If you intend to test us, be prepared for the consequences. Hopefully their Emperor will listen to that message, but I wouldn't
All right.
hold my breath.
So, hopefully this answered any questions people may have about our Tier 5s viable. You saw us run an Elite Patrol, an Advanced Patrol, an Advanced TFO, and a Ground TFO. Which doesn't help our case about Tier 5 ships, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. Monday night, we will be having our fun night.
Oh, now our shuttle's viable. When was the last time we did a shuttle show?
Have we, other than the shuttle PvP, have we ever done a shuttle show?
No, I don't think we have.
We might need to add that to the list.
I'm sure we sure shall.
We sure shall show a
w-
shuttle show.
We will
Yep.
find out.
Sure shall do a shuttle show.
Can
As
you
Tabby
run a
said.
TFO in a shuttle?
There's not a lot of shuttle TFOs, so
I don't know that I would feel right queuing for a TFO in a shuttle. Running it with just us, maybe.
okay. If we do this, we are going to need the viewers' help. You too need to have shuttles ready so we can have 5 people, because I am not going to subject a random queue people to a shuttle TFO.
That could be an interesting challenge, though.
I just, because I know how much people love it. As soon as we queued in, if we did a queue into the shuttle TFO, any people that were clicking random that got added into it are going to immediately bail on us. I know this because everyone dislikes doing shuttles, which is why we will need viewer help to do a shuttle TFOs. Any shuttle stuff, yeah.
We'll add it to our list of things to do, and we'll give you guys plenty of notice so you'll know when we're going to do it. Next week, well, first of all, Monday night is fun night. We're still going to do that. The week following that, or the Thursday following that, we are probably going to highlight whatever the next event is. I don't know what that is because they didn't announce the new event today. Hopefully we will get an announcement on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, we will run whatever that new event is. Chances are it will be a rehash of something that they did last year. But we'll go ahead and highlight that and run through that. And then the week after that, we're going to do a build video. Probably Proton, possibly Torpedo, but we'll do a build video in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Sound good to you guys?
Sure.
Sounds great.
Okay, well, I've about talked myself out of what little voice I have, so I will leave it off here. See everybody out there, and have a good week.
Be fun, have safe, and don't fire yourselves on set.
And remember, we're going to raid somebody here in just a second. So, yeah. Live long and prosper, everybody. And computer, end program.